Okay. Yeah. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Do you guys hear those fireworks? That's crazy. It's 5:20 in the evening, the day after the 4th of July, and people are still partaking in the fireworks festivities. It's too much. The 4th of July was yesterday, everybody. Why are these people still partaking in fireworks? Why? Don't know. But they've been doing it all day. Been out here working out. I'm cooling down. And I guess we're listening to nature and to fireworks. Okay, I'm just going to start talking. This is my Let's Walk and Talk cardio wind down. And we're talking strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, SWOTs. So you come across this video, you happen to want to participate in the conversation during the live, you can do so. If not, please leave me a comment. And right now, I'm going to start off with strengths. Please tell me, what are your strengths? As the person that you are today, what are some of your strengths in any aspect of your life? What are some of your strengths? We're talking SWOTs: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. I don't know why they're doing that. Or what I most want you to do is to get up and move. I most want you to, during this cool down with me, get up and move. It can be your warm up, it can be your exercise, or it can be your cool down. Just join me. Get up and do it with me. I can't see anybody real good. I saw a couple of people because, it's hot today. The sun is out, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. You got to do what you got to do. I mean, I know it's hot, but get up and get outside and enjoy the sun. Y'all know we need sun. We need vitamin D. Get up and get out and enjoy your sun. It is our sun to enjoy. Get up, get out, and enjoy the sun. It's hot where you are. That's okay. That's okay. Get a cool down. Once you start exercising, it won't even phase you because you're going to get hot anyway. You're going to get hot anyway. So get up and move. This week we're talking about SWOT: strengths. Yeah, hear that? It's not even. It's not even. It's definitely not. I mean, it's the day after the 4th. If you're gonna finish off your fireworks, at least let it get dark. That's when I want to see it. I can't enjoy your fireworks while it's daylight. But it's sometime the kids are out of school and fireworks is the thing to do. It is, it is, it is. Oh, cool down, cool down, cool down. You can come on. I'm just doing a video. uh Nobody, nobody's on here. You can come on. Hey, Sonya. Hey, Sonya. How you doing, Sonya? Sonya, do you hear those fireworks? I don't know what's going on. It's like 5:20. It's not near anywhere time to get dark yet. We got about what 2.5 hours, and they started already. The day after the 4th of July, they started with their fireworks. I'm like, come on, let wait till the sun goes down so I can enjoy your fireworks too. Sonya says, "Hey, Lions Pride and chat. Hey, girl, on my way to move. I did 50 squats early this morning around 7 a.m. It is 65 degrees and chilly to me. Chilly, Sonya, that feels 65. Oh my goodness, I wish it was 65 here. That's good. That's a good temperature. So I hope you stretched because 50 squats. Those thighs are going to be sore, but not if you stretch. Not if you stretch, and that's okay. That's okay if they're sore. They're supposed to be sore. So I hope you stretch though, so that they won't be, you know, really sore before and after, so they won't be really sore. Those fireworks are so loud, and I'm like, what? What do you? What's that about? Like, wait till it gets dark so I can enjoy your fireworks too. So, Sonya, you're moving? Wait a minute. On my way to move. Wait a minute. I just realized what I read. Are you moving into a new home? Let me know, Sonya, if you're still there. If you're moving into a new home, because I wish you good. I wish you good. Uh, did I say good luck with that? I wish you that good fortune. That's great. That is great. Girl, I heard enough last night. I stretched every morning before starting working out. Okay, okay. Moving my body. I got you. I got you. Because I was like, you got to move to a new home. It's like you say good luck, but I mean, you've already gotten a home. So there's that. So good fortune. Good news. Glad to hear the good news. But you were talking about your body. So that's great news as well. I'm glad you worked. I'm glad you moved your body this morning. Girl, I've been at it for about 40 minutes. I'm cooling down right now, and I can hear it's like a mess, these fireworks, but they haven't gone crazy. It's just that I'm surprised. Like, I would think that you do it at night. Save it for tonight. If they save it for tonight, hey, I can enjoy them too. Sonya says, moving my body. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I was just saying earlier, Sonya. This week I'm talking about SWOT, SWOT, the acronym for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So today I mostly want to talk about strengths. So whether you join this live or not, sometimes people don't come until the live is over. Sometimes you get a few that come in later. And sometimes you just have one or two people. And that's good because you get to have a better connection. You get to enjoy your chat and interact a little bit more. So, but just let me know today, what are your strengths? What are the strengths that you have about yourself that you're most proud of? Sonya, look, Sonya's strengthening up those thighs. She did 50 squats today. So that's great. Oh, you just ate and got lazy? This kind of weather makes me lazy and sleepy. Oh my goodness. Sonya, anytime we eat, it's over for a minute. Anytime we eat, it's over for a minute. Especially if it's that type of weather for you. Like some people say that once they eat, it doesn't matter if it's cold, hot. It's a wrap for a while. And some people, it's like it's something about winter or chilly weather. Just think about it. When you're at home and it's cold and you're eating soup or chili, oh my goodness. Once you're done, you want to go to sleep. You want to go to sleep. It's just like around the holidays, turkey time, for those who eat turkey. And it doesn't necessarily have to be turkey, but turkey is just one of those meats that does it to you. Uh, it's one of those meats that just does it for you. It has a product in it. I can't trip. Oh my goodness, I know the word and I cannot. I can't think of it. You probably know what I'm talking about though. Oh my goodness, I cannot. It's like on the tip of my tongue, and I have to use the word often. Um, well, I won't say I have to use it often, but I've seen it often. Triple pan. But I think you know what I'm talking about. It's the one. It's I call it the sleeping medicine, the natural sleeping medicine. Once you get some of that in your system, you're ready to sleep. You're ready to just chill out, relax, and sleep. I started my 50 squats July 1st. Okay, I am doing them until the end of July. You'll do it. So is it what, 50 squats every day? 50 knock myself out, I think. Out of the you know how that is. I end up hitting something because I can't see that well when the sun starts to hit the screen, knock myself out of the live. I don't even know if I knocked myself out of the live, but I had to shut down a couple of apps. A couple of apps popped up, and I'm like, okay, I didn't want to see that. I know, yeah, I cannot think of it, and I've said it often. I say it often, to be honest, but especially like in the fall, because people always just think it's the food itself, but a lot of times it's particular foods that has that. Basically, it's kind of like a hormone, but not in the sense of what most people would think when I say hormone. So that's why I call it a sleeping agent, a natural sleeping agent. They probably put it in some of this melatonin that they sell to help people sleep. Today is it's a good day as far as the weather. It's hot out here, but it's not like humid. It's not steamy. The wind, there's a good breeze. Ooh, I worked out. Actually, I worked out inside. And as I was working out, I kept looking out my window and I could see that the sun was it would hit heavy and then the clouds would kind of come in. So it's kind of like a back and forth between the sun and the clouds. So I was like, okay, it was really hot earlier, really hot. So I decided to work out inside. But I think I could do my cool down outside because the sun and the clouds, they were having a battle. So yeah, SWOT. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. The acronym is SWOT, SWOTs. What are your SWOTs? Most importantly today, in this conversation, if you come across this video, leave it in the comment section what your strengths are. Tell me what your strengths are in life. Um, what are the things that you're most proud of, that you feel are your strong suits, your strong points, uh, things that, to me, a strength is a positive. A strength is a positive because you have to be strong to do a lot of things. And there are a lot of things that some of us aren't strong enough to do. Um, Especially when it comes to, interaction with other people. There are some things that a lot of us aren't strong enough to do. Um, and I guess if you don't like the word strong enough to do it, because I know how sometimes people feel like they might not like to hear that. Like they don't want to be labeled not strong enough. Maybe they'll say, it's not that I'm not strong enough. It's just I don't like to do it. Like when we were talking about saying no. So it's not that some people aren't strong enough to say no, but a lot of times people don't like saying no. And so, you know, I would look at that as a, a weakness at times, but it can be a strength as well. It can be a strength as well. Because sometimes people have been through so much in their lives and they finally get to that point where they can say no, just like, as easy as one, two, three. And so oftentimes you can say no too soon, you know? Oftentimes you can say no too soon. And so saying no can be a strength, but saying no can also be a weakness because sometimes you can say the word no too soon. Hey, April. Hey, anybody else who comes in this chat. Hey, Jill. The sun has decided to beat the clouds again for right now. And like I said earlier, today's been a good day. It was really hot earlier, and then it started to get cloudy. So there's been a battle between the sun and the clouds here. And right now they're like they're kind of even. But the sun is hitting the phone in a way that I really can't see it. But I will definitely see in just a few seconds because I'll be in a shaded area. Jill and April, hey, 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 how y'all doing? Good to see you, ladies. Thank you for joining the live. Again, everybody, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Any one of those four would be enough for me. It's the support that counts. It's the support that counts. And to this week, we're talking about strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. SWOTs. What do you consider your strengths? I'm mainly focusing on strengths today. And like I was saying, no, some people feel like you have to be strong enough to say no. I get it. It kind of just depends on your life and how you've lived. If you're a person who you really can't say no easily, then that can be a weakness. Um, because you'll tend to kind of you'll tend to kind of let a lot of things go that you shouldn't let go if you have a hard time saying no. So not being able to say no can be a weakness. But at the same time, it can also be the fact that you can't say no so quickly can be a strength. Because I know a lot of times we've been through things and we were like, I could never say no. I could never say no. And so now you find yourself saying no all the time, like saying no really easily. So you feel like it's a strength. And it can be, it is. But make sure saying no doesn't become a weakness for you as well. Because sometimes when you can say no really easily, sometimes you miss out on some opportunities. You know, April says hello everyone, and Jill says hey, Lance Pride and chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, ladies. And I wonder where Cool Gamer is. I'm so used to Cool Gamer being first or second. It doesn't matter what time of the day it is. Most of the time, Cool Gamer is going to be first or second. We the plug, we the plug, we the plug. What's up, Smooth? Your boy Smooth checking into the live. How you doing, Smooth? What you got going on today, Smooth? It's July 5th, the day after the 4th. It's like 5:30 here, y'all. And people are still firing off these fireworks. You know what? I guess I can expect that all week. I can expect to hear and see that all week. But I just hope they have enough left for tonight so that I can see it and enjoy it because I can't really enjoy it during the day. Like I don't understand the concept of, shooting fireworks during the day. Unless you're just in it for the sound. Getting off work smooth. Okay, okay. You said, hey, April. Sonia says, hey, everyone coming in. Thank you guys for coming in. Like I said, this week it's a holiday week. A lot of people got Monday and Tuesday off. A lot of people got Monday and Tuesday off. So, they got a 4-day weekend and they were probably able to travel. I know a lot of times family reunions. Did anyone have a family reunion during the 4th of July holiday? Did any of you guys have a family reunion during the holiday? Uh, is this music too loud, y'all? Let me get to another spot and I can turn this music down. But did anyone have a family reunion during the 4th? If so, at least you were able to get a 4-day. At least you were able to get a 4-day weekend. Because a lot of people, to my surprise, I just thought that they would get Tuesday off. Most people would get Tuesday off. Now, typically, if you're a smaller business and the 4th of July falls like during the week like that, then you a lot of times they'll go ahead and say, look, y'all take a couple of days. Um, that's good because people get to, even if you don't go on vacation or even if you don't have like a family reunion or something, you get to rest. You get to rest. So a lot of people probably got a lot of rest during this 4-day holiday, much needed rest. I don't know anybody who doesn't need rest. Now, I do know some people who they don't like to rest long because if they rest long, they feel like they get lazy or they don't get things accomplished. Yours is in September, okay. Sonya said nope, probably the rest of the month. Okay, okay. Jill says yes. Our family reunion has been on the 4th for over 40 years. Wow, that's a long time. So basically, over the past 40 years, you guys have always made sure to have it on the 4th, Jill. So do you have are your family reunions yearly or every other year? Would that be what, biannually? Because see, people say to me, semi-annual is every 6 months. Biannual, I guess that's like twice. I mean, twice a year. But I think of it as every other year. So I guess I saw a debate about that somewhere. Have you guys ever heard it, had that debate with anybody? Does biannual means twice a year or every other year? And I actually looked it up and I saw some sources say it could be either or. It just depends on your context, the conversation that you're in, and what you're talking about. Sonia says, "Oh, I was responding to the fireworks. You probably hear them for the rest of the." Oh, okay, Sonia. I hope not. I hope not. But hey, if if we do, I guess they're just having fun. I guess they're just having fun. Yeah, I saw something on the ground that had somebody's information on it, but I don't want to mess with it. I started to stump it. Their personal information, like uh, account numbers and stuff, was on it because sometimes people be so nosy. Like they'll sit there. It does them no good. It's like not beneficial to them at all. And then they'll see somebody's stuff and they'll just, I mean, I don't know. Some people biannual, right? Every two. That's the way I look at it, Sonya. But some people at work were having a debate about it, and sounds like well, semi annual. Some people say semi, some people say semi. You know how I guess it just depends on your location, your area. To me, that's twice a year. But biannually, I look at that as every other year. Because if you don't say biannual to me every other year, what else do you say? Do you just say every other year? Jill says, "Hey, Sonya, hon." Jill says, "Yes, because my grandmother's birthday is on July 6th, so we always just celebrate it. Okay, on the 4th. May she rest in peace. But we started having it every one other, okay, having it every one other year 10 years ago. Every other year 10 years ago? Okay, okay. That's how my family does. Well, that's how one side of my family does. That's how one side of my family does. Because of course we have two sides of our family, but then technically when you start to branch out, okay, you have your mother and your father's side. Yeah, these family reunions can get tricky because you have your mother's side, you have your father's side. Then your mother, your auntie, your cousins and stuff, and they start to say, well, you know, your mother is like, well, we got to go to our mom's family reunion, which is your grandmom and then your granddad. So that's two on her side. And then you got that same two on the dad's side. And you find yourself attending four family reunions before you know it. Not just two, but four. And it goes on and on and on and on, y'all, on and on. So basically, guess what? The old cliche, we're all connected, rings true. It rings true. We do it like that too, Jill, and I so love it that way. I mean, for those of us who want to get together, sometimes just we do that in anyway. It doesn't even have to be. I was like, Our family, our thing is so big and we're so many different places, which is a great thing. So it gives you an opportunity to travel out to other places. But um, sometimes everybody just can't. So we understand when someone in some of our northern family, they have theirs, they'll have like one on the opposite year, or just whenever. Some of our people down south will have one, just get togethers for those who are close and want to, maybe it's a drive away. Those out west, my family in California, some of them they'll get together. So we do that all the time anyway. But we always make sure to have that big one every other year. Every other year. Yes, Jill. It's so funny because sometimes it's like I'll see a cousin, like a first cousin or second cousin, and they only have like one or two children. And I'm like, we gotta have some more kids. We gotta have some more kids because we want to keep a big family. I so love having a big family. I do. But everybody's not cut out to have more than two kids. Some people only want a child, one child. Some people want two or three, and that's it. But back in the days of my grandparents and my great aunties and stuff, nine was a small family. For each one to have, now I'll go back to my great great grandparents and start from that part of the tree. All of their children had at least five children. There was one that didn't have any at all. But for the most part, all of them had five minimum. And so, I mean, you can create a plethora of grandchildren with just one child. But I'm just saying, if you've got five, imagine all the grandkids that you have, and then those potential great grandkids to be had, grandkids, great grandkids. So I love a big family because I see so many people sometimes by themselves. Oh my goodness. Oh, baby, you need to get that straightened out there. Woo, y'all heard that? Oh, she was coming up off those braids. So what's Smooth is? Smooth need to come in. So they have all these grandkids, and then you see, like I see, you see some people that they're kind of like by themselves. They don't have any siblings. They don't have many first or second cousins, and some people are cool with that. Some people are cool with that because some people are loners. Some people are cool with that, and some people they come from a huge family, but they don't often interact. Do you guys have that one or two people in your family where whenever there's a get together or a family reunion, there's one or two that's always missing? And it's not that they don't love everybody and everybody doesn't love them, but some people just aren't, you know, they're not people, be it family, co-workers, uh, fellow classmates. Some people just, they're loners. I have a cousin like that. She's married, and she has three children. And her children, yes, we see them a lot. And I actually grew up with her like a sister. So I understand her. Like she's a very loving person, but she's just not big on like crowds. Uh, she's just not. She does a lot. You know what? Now I will say she really does enjoy life. Her husband rides motorcycles. They're in a motorcycle club. They drive. They have their CDLs, so they're a partner with that. So for one, they're on the go a lot. So yeah, she really just enjoys being her, her kids, and her husband, and even her kids. They're like, mom and daddy. They're on the road, like they're traveling. They're seeing the country. They go from New York to Georgia, from Georgia to Cali, Cali up to Canada. They're just everywhere from Canada to Michigan. So they travel a lot. But when she does come home and when she's stationary, I think she just enjoys her me time and getting her rest. So we all know. But then again, she surprises us and she'll pop up. She and the hubby will pop up. And we fuss, but it's a playful thing. It's playful because we know that she's a truck driver and she's on the road a lot. And when they do get free time for themselves, he's in the motorcycle club. So again, sometimes you can be on the road a lot with that. So we know how to get her though. We know how to get in touch with her and she knows how to get in touch with us. But I just thought about it, sometimes people don't come from a very big family at all. And those people, I said that they're loners, but not necessarily, because you can be an only child and not really have a big family at all, but you can still really be a people person. So this is just kind of different strokes for different folks. Because again, even if she wasn't driving trucks and even if she wasn't on the road a lot, she's just not one of those people who's going to come every time the family says, you know what, let's go bowling. Let's go out to eat. Out of 10 times, she may come twice. Jill says, I don't interact. So one of them loners. Jill, Jill, it seems like you interact a lot with your kids. And so that's you sound like her to me. She doesn't interact a lot, but when it comes to those kids, she's there. And she does what she has grandkids now too. And she's still in her 40s. So she is like loving. She is. She was really loving and she's interactive, but just not when it comes to these big family get togethers and stuff. And look, and she's the one who can tell you almost everybody in the family. She's the one who can almost tell you just about everybody in the family, who they are, um, who's related to who, and all that kind of stuff. Sonia says, I haven't been on the road since March. That is how I gained those 20 pounds. Being on the road, Sonia, you gained those 20 pounds being on the road. I can believe it. I can believe it. Because she says that too. Because you're eating, um, and she said she had to focus on eating better because it's really easy to not eat right. When you're a truck driver, it's really easy to not eat right. So that's a weakness for some, huh? I guess that's a weakness. And you know what? We're talking about strengths and weaknesses today. It's a strength to be able to be a loner. I'm telling you, especially if it's by choice or if it's just a natural part of your personality. Some people, again, when I said earlier, I hate to see it when people don't have a large family or at least a medium-sized family, because sometimes they can, they can, they tend to be loners. And a lot of times seems like they're unhappy sometimes. Seems like they're unhappy. But that's not for everybody. That doesn't, it doesn't apply across the board. You have a lot of people who are loners by choice. They love it. They love it. So that's another thing where there's like a toss up. Being a loner can be a strength. Being a loner can be a weakness if it comes from, you know, if you don't get to interact with a lot of people and that's not really your choice. Sometimes people are just loners and it's not by choice. They just, and they don't mind. But then you have some, so I guess you got like a third. You have a third of them who are loners by choice. Um, that's how they like it. That's how they love it. You have a third of the people who are loners. They can't help it. They don't gel well with other people. So it's not that they don't want to be, but they're just not. Maybe they were the ones who didn't get picked when you played softball in school. They were the ones who didn't get picked when you played kickball. That kind of stuff. And so it could be a weakness, not really a weakness, but just a negative. That could be a negative thing. Then you have some who are loners because it's just their job. Like with my cousin, it's a mix of both. She chooses to be, and it's her job. It's because of her job. So I'd say being a loner can be a, a really, really a great strength because a lot of people who are loners tend to be very productive, tend to be very creative. Uh, they tend to be smart. They tend to be smart, productive, and creative. Very creative. And they attribute some of that creativity to being a loner, all the way from childhood to maybe adulthood. They've had to be creative. Like just think about an only child. If you never had a sibling, you may love the fact that you're an only child, but you have some people who are only children or only. Well, yeah, I guess you would say only children. It's more than one. You have some people who are only children. Have y'all ever had that moment where you thought, like, does that sound right? And they didn't enjoy that. They wish they had a sibling. They wish they had a sister, even if it's a girl and she maybe just a brother. Like everybody, because they're not everybody, but a lot of them wish they could have at least had one sibling. because they may have a lot of first cousins, and some of those first cousins are siblings, and so they're the only only one of the few who they don't have a sister or a brother. So a lot of times it can be sad because some people wish they had at least just one sister or just one brother, their only child. And again, when they get around the rest of the family, it's cool, it's okay. They may not be the only set that has just that one child, but then you see so many cousins who have two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight siblings, and they make you feel like a sibling, but technically you're not. And some people don't like that. Some people truly wish, that they had siblings. And again, you could have a family of 10, and out of that 10, two of them are kind of set off to themselves. They're loners by choice, or they're loners because they feel like they're the black sheep or something like that. So, we can go into a lot of that kind of stuff. We're talking about families and stuff. So, like I said, a lot of times you could be a loner because it's just that yeah, I was trying to mute so they wouldn't hear that music, but I don't think I muted in time because he just popped out of nowhere. But so it could be, it could be a positive and it can be a plus. It can be a weakness and it can be a strength. Again, some people they have 15, 10, 15 siblings, but they choose to be kind of solo dolo. They like being alone. And then you have a few people who they're the only child and they crave, crave, crave. They've always wanted a sibling. So, I guess it just depends. I think I would rather have siblings and be a loner by choice. You know, Sometimes your parents they only have you for whatever reason. They have one child and it is what it is. You have to deal with it. And like I said, the closest things to being a sibling are some of your first cousins. And just like with siblings, you don't always get along with them. And so during those times when you don't get along, sometimes you can feel a little like, geez, if I only had a sister I could talk to this about. If I only had a brother I could talk to this about. But sometimes people are cool with it. They're like, hey, I don't like to be around your ass no way. So again, sometimes it's by choice and sometimes it's just because it is how it is. So what do you guys think if you self-evaluate, if you did a self-evaluation, what do you think your strengths are in life? Like, what do you think your strengths are currently? And what are some of your strengths that you probably had in the past and maybe now they've become a weakness? Has that happened with someone? Like, I guess the no example is the greatest example to use in a lot of situations. At one time, you could say no like it was nothing, and you felt like that was a strength. Now, you can't say no for anything. It's like you find it so hard to tell people no. So, what was a strength has now become a weakness. Let's see. Jill says, "Did you see my comment about Saturday?" Let's see. I did it. Let me look up. Jill says, "I'm alone by choice. I can't deal with foolishness." Okay, here it is. I was going to ask you, Lines Pride, if you want to do a morning walk together this Saturday. This Saturday. Yeah, yeah. What time, Jill? Tell me what time first, because I do enjoy the mornings because it's not as hot, and then I enjoy the evenings because it's not as hot. I think last week I worked out, and then I came on here, and it was like anywhere from noon to early evening, and it was hot. It was hot. I enjoyed myself though because I'm like I get cold quickly, so um, I'm not as turned off by the warm weather as many people are. Now, when it's like over 95, like if it's like 90 degrees and it's humid, yeah. But like if it's in the 80s, even up to like 87, 88, I'm good. But it does feel so much better to walk in the mornings and in the late evenings. Jill says the earlier the better. I can't fool with that. See, I guess because I'm cold natured anyway, naturally. I don't know. Like I get cold quickly. Um, and I don't like extreme heat. So again, like this week I have worked out, inside, and then I come outside and do my cool down. So yesterday I did everything inside. It was the holiday, you know. I was on YouTube yesterday. I watched some stuff on YouTube, but I didn't I didn't want to come on yesterday because I just feel like holidays and certain days we should just take for ourselves and our family, you know, because unless you're not doing anything, I guess, and you just want to kick it. So my thing is like on holidays, I just want to I watch and I gone live before on the holiday? Probably so. But I like it. I like watching a lot on the holidays and being in the chats, speaking to everybody, saying hello, having some small conversation. But I can understand going live on the holiday. You're off work, you're chilling, and you may be bored. So yeah. What's on you? What you laughing at? Oh, about GOC comment. Okay, you give me a time and I'm there. Morning, best get it done and over. Sonya said, get her done. I'm on Eastern time, 7 a.m. or 8 a.m. Okay. 8 a.m. Well, no, 7, 7. 7 is good, Jill. Saturday, I will, boy, get that thing on. I'm trying to talk. Boy, I tell you the truth. He comes through here revving that engine on that doggone motorcycle, and then he throws the music on, y'all. Yes, Sonya, are you coming too? Sonya, will you be joining us Saturday? We could do 7. I think that would be like 5 o'clock Sonya's time. No, will it be 4, Sonya? Will that be 4? I'm really good with 7. I'm good with 7. Um, but I think it may be better with Sonya if we do 8. 7 a.m. is 5. Oh, 7 a.m. is 5 o'clock your time, Sonya. So Sonya, how you feel about joining us Saturday for the walk? Hey Rob. Hey, Rob. Just living. Anybody. Anybody, Jill. I mean, well, you know what? Ask Jill, because I just every day I tell anybody get up and walk with me. Like I just want you to move. Like we have these conversations, and this week I'm talking about SWOTs, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. But the conversation can go anywhere as long as it's educational, informative, funny, and positive. The conversation can go anywhere. But Jill has suggested that we walk Saturday. So Sonya, you want to join us? I don't know if how that time works for you. Sonya says, hey, Rob. Sonya says, I'll probably be up anyway. No problem. Okay. That sounds good. That sounds good. So 7 o'clock Eastern time is good for me. That's good for me. And if it rains, then if it rains, I'll just get on my elliptical. Hey, guys, we're getting so much into the conversation. I don't like see that's what I mean. Like not having a big chat, it's just like it provides more of a connection for me. And I just get caught up in the conversation. But that said, for anyone who comes across this video on the replay, please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you don't mind. And once you subscribe, please tap that notification bell. Okay. Okay, the traffic is picking up. Please tap that notification bell so that you'll know the next time I upload a video, which I don't do that a lot. I'm usually just uploading shorts, but you'll definitely get the notification, I hope, the next time I'm live. And you can join the conversation. If you don't want to join the live, leave a comment. Leave a comment on the replay. Okay, I got you. Well, I'm down for 7 or 8. Okay. I think the earlier the better too, like Sonya said. So I think 7. Yeah. 7 Eastern time. So that's 6 Central. And that's what is that? Is that 5? Sonya, is that Pacific? I don't know. I'm I'm good with Central, Central and Eastern. I remember those. Like right now, right now it's 6 o'clock here, so I know Central Time is 5, and I think uh what did Sonya say? Sonya said that 5 o'clock is 7, I think, or 7 o'clock. What Sonya? 7 o'clock Eastern Time is 5 o'clock your time. So what is that? Mountain Time? I know Sonya has told us 1,000 times. Sonya, you on Mountain Time? Are you? Are you? Hey, how you doing? Are you on Mountain Time or are you on Pacific Time? I don't know. If you tell me Central or Eastern, I got you. Let me see. Let me slow down a little bit so I can get to some shade. I'm not even going fast, but it's just the sun. Jill says, if it rains, I'll be running around my darn kitchen. You'll be running around your kitchen, Jill. Uh, if it rains, I'm gonna tell y'all something about me in the rain. I love the rain. I love it. I remember one day I was on here and I was talking about, you know, for morning people, or if you're a night person, like if you work at night, get in the shower, to take your shower or whatever your day plan is. But before you get out of the shower, turn all of the warm water off and just let that cold water hit your body for about 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So to be honest, y'all, I would honestly walk and run in the rain. And to tell you the truth, I did. I was inside, but when I got done inside yesterday, it was raining, and I walked around in the rain. I think I did a rain video. I didn't do the video of me walking because I didn't want my phone is supposed to be waterproof, but I didn't want to risk it. So I didn't take my phone or anything. But I walked around the block in the rain. Y'all, to me, water is the best feeling. Water is the best feeling. Water hitting your body feels so good to me. I mean, I love the beach, but when it's in the rain, it's just a different feel. It's exuberating. Rock says, let's see. Most likely I'll be on my treadmill working out 5 to early to be out walking by myself. Yes, okay, Sonya, got you. Um, Jill says, let's go for 8. I'll say 8 Eastern time, Jill. Okay, yes, Sonya is on Mountain Time. See, I knew it. I knew it. I knew. I thought. Well, I didn't know, but you see what I'm saying. I was mixed up with Pacific Mountain, all that stuff. Once you pass Central, they get a little mixed up for me. Rock says, me too. Love the rain. Oh my gosh, Rock, like I love it. I love it. A lot of times people don't like to get wet, especially some women. Don't let them have their hair done fresh. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'll I'm natural. I'm natural anyway, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Rain is good for your hair. I remember my parents and grandparents used to catch certain rain and wash their hair in it. They would wash their hair in it. It had to be. You know how those back in the day it would have to be a certain rain during a certain time of the month. They would catch it and they would wash their hair. So I love rain. I love the feeling of it hitting my body, like when I'm jogging or something like that. So I had said if it rains, I won't because I know I won't be able to use my phone. So if it rains, I'll just get on my elliptical. So no, I knew I wasn't crazy. See, Rock loves the rain too. Girl, the rain here is cold. Sonya, but oh my gosh, you know what? I don't know. I guess because of recent years, I've just studied. You know how, like I was telling you guys, you can train your taste buds, right? You can train your taste buds to like certain foods that you didn't like, and just like sometimes your taste buds start to dislike foods that you used to love. Well, I just feel like I've learned so much about cold ice and water, and I'm cold natured. Like y'all heard me just say, I'm really cold natured, but I can. It's I don't know if it's what do you call it? I don't want to say meditation. It has allowed me just being focused, setting my mind. It's a mind thing, you guys. It's a mind. It's a mind thing. Setting my mind to know that cold water is good for you. Cold water helps with inflammation. Cold water helps wake you up when you're sleeping and you got to go to work. Yeah, you stayed up to 2 o'clock and you know you got to be at work at 6. It's not going to help you stay up all day, but it's not going to help you stay up all day. But cold water will open your eyes. You know, it will open your eyes and it'll at least hopefully get you through a third of your day at work if you haven't had, a good night's sleep. But it's definitely just doing research and looking at all the research with athletes in ice, athletes in cold water. It's great for inflammation. And sometimes your body just needs that. I'll just say freeze. I'll say it to put it in layman's term. I'll say your body just needs that freeze. It boosts your immune system. So it's great for inflammation. It helps boost your immune system. Now, I don't want y'all to go out there and just sit in an ice bath. Or you remember that ice challenge that they were doing years ago? No, we ain't talking about be crazy. We're talking about get yourself in the mindset. Get your mind right. Get your mind together. Have a plan. If you love hot showers like I do, take your hot shower. So what I do is I love hot showers. So I turn the hot water down gradually because I always mix it. I always mix it, but I prefer more hot when I'm actually showering. So I turn it down gradually. I don't just shock my body with the cold water, and now I'm going to a lot of other different avenues that we could. I don't want to get too deep in because sometimes the shock of cold water can be good, but no, not daily. Those are under certain circumstances. So what I do is I turn the warm water down slowly and let my body slowly adjust to it, and then the cold water kicks in. I let the cold water kick in. That said, there are some days where I know I need the shock, the shock effect of the cold water, and I will just turn the hot water completely off instantly. And that cold water feels so good, so good. Yeah, everybody's on motorcycles today. I guess they're saving gas. Let's see. Uh, Science. Let's see. Rock says I've been doing my own little workout daily, trying to. Okay, okay. Rock, don't make me holler. What are you talking about, Sonya? As far as the cold water boosting your immune system. Jill said, if it rains, I'll be running around. Oh, okay, I got that one. I'm up too far. Y'all know how we get sometimes we get lost in the comments. I went back too far. It's mostly because I can't see. So I'm trying to make sure I catch the good comments. Sonya Rock says it's 97 there. Wow. And Rock, when she said it was 65 degrees there, I was like, send some of that my way, please. Sonya says that's hot. It is. And Jill says it's 90 there. So, we've been having a heat wave across the United States. And I think this week is finally starting to come down. Like 97. I feel like it's a heat wave once it strikes so many areas over 100. But depending on the area, a heat wave can be 95, because, it's hot. 90 is hot. Shoot, the 80s and 90s are hot. But I can really work out and don't complain at all if it's in the 80s. But once it hits 88, and then I know it's going to tinker between 88 and 90, I may do a workout or two, but I try to stay inside. Because, the sun is good for us, but we don't want to be out here scorching. That's not good. That's not good. That's not good for you to be out there in that heat like that. And you want to have water. Like I think I don't know if it was Annette, somebody asked me if I had water the other day, but I didn't. I had water during my main workout. Y'all know how I do. I call it my appetizer is my warm up, my entree is my exercise, and my cool down is my dessert. And this is my cool down. So I don't really drink water until I'm done. But best believe while I'm exercising, yes, I drink water. I drink water, plenty of it. I drink Gatorade. Sonya says tonight is supposed to drop down to 58 degrees. Wow. 58 degrees in June, anywhere to me sounds wow. Rock tripped me out when she said, I've been doing my own little workout daily, trying to unbig my back. Rock, that is so funny. That is too funny, y'all. That is so funny. It's like now it's breezy. The wind is blowing. Like I've been on here 55 minutes. No work, no cool down takes 55 minutes. Okay. Mine do though. Mine do because I come on here and talk with you guys. It's my time. You know, exercise is me time. It's me time. And then before I come on the live, um, I kind of stretch. I kind of cool down. I cool down before I actually stop exercising, and I stretch, and then I come on here and I just, call it another cool down, or I'll say my wind down to my cool down. In actuality, I've already done my cool down, but I come on here because it's a perfect time for me to find time to, to get some time in to do some lives. Because people be like, "Why don't you do lives? Why don't you do lives?" And I'm like, because people don't come to your lives unless it's like a lot of drama. But you know what? I like that. I like that. I like it when people come peacefully and in peace. So my channel is a shorts channel, and I really, really, really enjoy shorts. I think to me, shorts is the best thing YouTube came up with that they could have come up with. I love shorts. So yeah, if I missed any of your comments, it was not intentional. This sun, like I said, the sun and the clouds have been battling. So it's like I see some and I miss some. When I get to a shaded area, I see some. But yeah, the sun and the clouds have been battling here. So I'm about done. I didn't know. See, that's why I didn't know I had been on here for like 55 minutes because I haven't really been paying attention. I've been trying to catch the comments and we've just been talking. And I like it like that. I just like chat amongst the chat. I like the chat that we have within and amongst the chatters. Stretching is so important. It definitely is, Sonya. So, and most of the times, um, I don't always stretch before I go live because, like I said, I do my wind down. Like I used to come on, I'm on my elliptical, I save my wind down to my cool down. So I would basically wind down and cool down. The wind down is just something I did for myself because I wanted to start going live. And I saw that as an opportunity to go live. Because when I'm exercising, I'm trying to focus completely on what I'm doing when I'm exercising. But when I'm cooling down, you're trying to get your heart rate down. You're trying to get, your respirations down. You're taking deep breaths and stuff. And, you're talking. Because if you can talk, that's a good thing. But believe it or not, as I'm talking a lot of times, I'm taking deep breaths in and out, deep breaths in and out. And so I usually label my lives, my wind down to my cool down, cardio wind down, the cool down, cardio wind down. But then like on a day like today, I did everything inside. I even did my cool down inside and I stretched. But I the weather was fair. So I came on out here and I just did my walk and talk. Let's walk and let's talk. Jill says I need that cooler weather in my life. I know, right, Jill? I know. I love it when it's like I love fall. I love the summer, believe because during the summer, like I said, I love rain. I love water hitting me. I love the beach. So I do love the summer. And that is when a lot of times where you have your big family get-togethers, other than the Christmas holidays and Thanksgiving holidays. That is usually when you have your big get-togethers as far as family is concerned, is during the summer months. Um, but then the fall comes and I so love the fall because it's to me fall. I mean, well, technically it is the carryover from summer, but as far as the weather goes, it's just right. I like fall weather. Some people like spring. I feel like with spring, that sun is getting you ready for what the summer's gonna bring. So it's still kind of, it can get a little hot, but fall is kind of like saying, okay, we're gonna give you guys a break. We're going to give you a break. We're not going to freeze you. We're not going to scorch you. Hey, Spiky. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live, Spiky. How you doing? Sonia says, I just hope I can do the 50 squats for the rest of the month. Some of the people I'm working out with is doing 50 jump rope. Oh, 50 jump ropes. They'll jumping rope and do it 50 times, and I can't do the jump rope due to my Achilles. I got you. I got you. Yes, guys. Anything, whenever you watch this video, any video actually, but speaking for this video, any information in this video is not meant for um um educational purposes, like telling you what to do with your body and what not to do. You contact your healthcare provider for those things. Contact your healthcare provider. Please, please, please. Always contact your healthcare provider. No information in this video is coming from a professional standpoint at all. We're just telling you guys things that we do, that help us out. Things that other people may have told us about that help them out. At any time, I will tell you that anytime you do oh, I'll kick myself out, I think. I'm not sure. But anytime you exercise, you want to do your warm up. And your warm up traditionally should include your stretches. You're stretching, then you work your way into a mild cardio, the appetizer. So your warm up is your appetizer, and then your entree is your full out workout. So when you're in your warm up, you want to stretch, you want to do like cardio and work your way into your entree, into your main exercise. When you're done, you want to cool down because you want to bring your heart rate down. You want to take some deep breaths in, and you also want to finish your cool down with some stretches. No, it's not guaranteed. Excuse me, y'all. It's not guaranteed to prevent all injuries, but stretching is very therapeutic. Stretching is toning, and if you really want to get toned without doing a lot of cardio, um, do yoga. Do true yoga. Do yoga. But I feel like to get the fat off and expose those muscles, you're going to have to do some cardio. I know people have these get it off quick ways of doing things, just like these get rich quick schemes and get rich quick ways. And sometimes some of those ways work for some people. It just depends on your genetics. But I'd say overall, in my experience, for the healthiest person, for the person who can drop the weight the fastest, I still say incorporate cardio into your exercise, because the cardio is not just for uh, the weight, it's to help with your cholesterol level, it's to help with your diabetes, it's to help with your blood pressure. So you can, if you're one of those people, you don't have to do a lot of cardio to lose fat, that's fine. But think about the inside. Think about, your cholesterol. Think about if it's down and if it's normal, do things that'll help to keep stay that way. Think about your blood pressure. If it's down and it's normal, do things to help keep it that way. Think about things like diabetes. So what did Spiky say? Hey Spiky. Oh, okay. She was saying I bet they do Sonya. Sonya says those squats got my heart pumping fast. Yes, that's a workout. You can, I mean, that's a warm up. Squats can be a part of your warm up, because the idea is to start to get your heart rate up. When you're warming up, that's why some people do cardio, but some people don't do cardio as a part of the warm up. Some people do squats or lunges, and that will get your heart rate up. It really will. Sorry, look at Jill saying, I bet they do Sonya. And Sonya says, one day at a time. It took me 2 months to get back into working out. Yes, it can do that. Okay, I had to kick myself out that time. Yes, sometimes if we take a break and the break is long enough, sometimes it takes a lot to get back into the swing of things. It does. Science says one day at a time, one day at a time, one day at a time. Yes, getting back into your workout can be something, but you just have to take it one day at a time. And if you've never worked out before, you just have to take it one day at a time. I suggest 30 minutes of cardio, 30 minutes minimum. But if you're new to working out and you haven't worked out before, do at least 15. At least 15. You do at least 15 for a week or two, I guarantee your body will start, you'll start to want to go on to 30 minutes. Next thing you know, you'll want to do 45. And then next thing you know, you may want to even do an hour. But if exercise is not something you've done on a regular basis, always consult your healthcare provider, be that your physician, your nurse practitioner, your physician's assistant, Whoever you receive your healthcare needs from, talk with them about it. Make sure you're starting off on a level that's right for you. I suggest people who have not exercised before, or if it's been a really long time, don't get out there and try and be Superman. Because if you're a jogger, but you know you haven't jogged in 15 years, don't go out there and try and run a marathon. Don't do it. Gradually work yourselves up. Sonia says, when I gained those 20 pounds, Lord have mercy, I was a hot mess. Sonia, Sonia, could you tell, like, whenever I'm not saying that this was your weight, just for example, if you were 150, did you notice it gradually going up and you were just like, well, okay, it's just a couple of pounds. And the next thing you know, it's 160. And then you're kind of like, whoa, 10 pounds, I need to do something about this. But you still kind of just let it go. And then the next thing you know, you were 170. Like, how did it work for you? Or did you just, the last time you weighed yourself, you knew you were 150, 152, and then you waited a while, things happened, you did things, you just went on with life. And the next thing you knew, it was like you were 168. Did it kind of just creep up on you? Or were you like aware of it as it was happening? Uh, I first started at 15 as ordered from my doctor. Okay, but how did you know? Like, okay, when you were like, when did you notice the difference? Like, did you just wake up one day and then you happen to weigh and your scale said 165? Say you were 150. So did you just wake up one day and your scale was like 165 and you were like, what? Or did you notice it gradually? Did you know, like, okay, I picked up a couple of pounds. I'm no 155, I was 150. Then maybe a couple of weeks later, few weeks later, okay, I'm 162. Like, was it did you notice it as it was happening? Or did you just wake up one day and be like, and you were like, I'm always weighing 150. Now I'm weighing like 172. Because I think sometimes, and I won't say especially smaller people or especially average size people or especially, people on the heavier side. I won't say, I think sometimes for people, it can be like gradual. They'll notice it, but they'll think it's not so bad until it's like 15, 20 pounds. And then some people, they may not notice it. They may notice because it just depends on how their clothes fit. For me, for most people, a lot of people, they start to catch it when their clothes start to be a little bit tighter. So, but if you wear kind of loose clothing anyway, some of those people don't realize until they're like an extra 10 pounds heavier. So, starting at 50, oh, your doctor told you 15, so you lost 20. Yeah, but how was your like, I'm weighing 150 today, and 2 weeks goes by and you're 162. Like, was it just kind of bam in your face? There it was. Or did you notice it all the while? Or did you just say one day, you know what? I know I've gotten a little bit thicker. Let me just go and start exercising and looking at what my weight is right now. I don't want to be this weight. I want to be maybe 20 pounds smaller, 15 pounds smaller. Like, I think it happens for people differently. Well, I know it happens for people differently, but I'm just wondering how much of a shock it is to you. Because some people are shocked the whole while. Like, I know some people, if they weigh 150, right? And they weigh like weekly. So next week they weigh 152, 153. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, that's just a little water weight. Okay. But then the next week, that 152, 153 is still there. Actually, it's now 156, 157. And so, like, maybe then they start to say, okay, maybe this isn't water weight. Maybe I'm just picking up weight. Like, how did you notice that? Okay, I need to lose some pounds. Hey, Georgia girl. Georgia girl says, hi, host and chat. Welcome to the live, Georgia girl. Happy Wednesday to you. Happy the day after the 4th to you. I hope you enjoyed your family and friends. I just hope you had a great 4th of July holiday. For those of you who celebrate the holiday, I hope that the day was well for you. And I hope that you had a 4-day weekend. I hope you had a long weekend and you were able to get some rest. Sonia says, when I came back home from off the road, my face, my butt, my thighs, woo child, 210 didn't look bad on me. I was a size 12. When I left, I was in a 6. Oh, I was a size 12. When I left, I was in a size 16. See, I always wonder, like I like hearing each person's story as far as people who are trying to lose weight and also people who are trying to gain weight. But I'll stick with the losing weight today since that's what we mostly been talking about. I always like to know if the weight just kind of slipped up on them, because sometimes people tend to weigh like maybe once a month, something like that. So, you do your monthly weights. You may be 120 today, February, you're 122. March, you're 119. So you kind of fluctuate between those 5 pounds. So it doesn't really bother you. You know what your weight, what your weight is. But then say April comes and you're 130. So I guess for some people that can be a shock. And for some people, if they know what they're doing, if they've had a change in their life, then it's not such a shock. And then for some people, they're just going about their day-to-day routine. Nothing's really changed, but they get on the scale and they're like, 170? I used to weigh 150. My first question to them was, well, when was the last time you weighed before this told you were 170 today? And sometimes the last time they weighed was like maybe 6 months ago. So sometimes you have to look over that 6 month period and figure out, did you do something different? What did you do? Are you eating more? Did you change jobs? Are you more stressed out? Um, are you eating less? Because it doesn't have to mean that you're eating more. Are you eating less? So and you weigh 170 today and you weigh yourself maybe 6 months ago and you were 150. Well, what were you the time before that? Because some people don't really have a set time to weigh themselves. They'll probably say, oh, I weighed myself last June. I remember because I did this. Okay, well, when and you were 150, so now it's December and you're 170. So you can't just put all that on the Christmas holidays, right? So before June, when was the last time you weighed yourself? And if it was a year before that and you were kind of still like 145, 150, then okay, then at least you can kind of develop a timeline on what may be going on with you that has caused you to add on these extra pounds. Sometimes I don't think and sometimes people just don't have a timeline. They can't remember back because some people don't even remember the last time they weighed. The most they can tell you is that when they were out of high school, right out of high school, they weighed 110. In their 30s, they got up to 120 and they were 120, 125 throughout their 30s and maybe down there 42 and they're 150. So, sometimes people really don't really have a what would I say, a strict timeline or a condensed, like not really condensed. What would I say? They don't have like, I guess, a strict timeline. They weren't strict in the way that they kept up with it. But they do remember after high school, they were 110. Of course, in their 20s, they went up to 120, 125. May have been their college weight, may have had a child. It was just kind of normal to them. They maybe even enjoyed it. Hey, I picked up some weight. I used to be real small. And now I'm looking kind of good with this extra weight. But then in their 30s, maybe it went to from 125, maybe a couple of more kids, and they think that explains it. And now they're 140. So now they're 42 years old and they're weighing 155. And they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. So it's not like they really did anything or can pinpoint anything that they did. It's just that it happened. And once it hit a certain number, then they got their eyes booked. Their eyes booked. Georgia says, how have you been? Georgia girl, I've been good. How about you? I came over there and checked you out this today earlier. I think I was working out at the time that you were live and I spoke to everyone. Well, not just, well, I said hello, Georgia girl, in chat. And I think I spoke to maybe one or two other people, but I was working out and I was getting ready to do my walk because I always do my heavy workout offline because I just feel like that's my me time and I have to focus. And then I come on and do my walk. So I think when you went live, I was watching and I was just about to start, or either I had just started my workout. So I've been doing pretty good. How have you been? Sonia says, I dropped 21 pounds. I'm happy at the weight I'm now. Okay, that's good, Sonia. I'm now size 12. Looks good on me. I'm trying to stay consistently working out. Right, right. Because, as we get older, not everybody, but most of most of the people, most of our metabolism slow down. So even if you're still doing the same type of work you did when you were 20 or 30 years old, it's just something about the aging process. Sometimes for most people, the metabolism slows down and the weight hangs around a little bit more. And for some people, they don't feel a change in their energy or anything. So it's not like the metabolism is affected to that degree, but it just kind of slows down and food kind of hangs around and they kind of, gain a few pounds. So, and some people, hey, they'll tell you their metabolism and their stamina is just like it was 20 years ago, but they just gain weight. Like they don't feel any different when they do things because sometimes when people gain weight, they feel a little bit different, when they're trying to do the activities that they normally do. Sometimes they feel a little bit different. They feel like it takes a little bit more energy to do those things. They feel like it's more of a, oh, I got to go do this when it used to be, okay, let's go do this. So for some people, it's like that. And for some people, they never slow down. Some people never slow down. And that has worked out for them because we always have to remember that genetics does play a part in everything about us as far as what we look like, how we feel, genetics, as well as the things that we partake in. You have to try your best to take care of yourself because I know when I was growing up, a lot of our grannies, like I was talking about earlier, they have 10, 11, 12 kids and they only weigh 110 pounds and they're little granny. But a lot of people pick up a little bit of weight once they hit middle age. But then as you start to get a little bit more mature, some people lose the weight. Some people lose weight again. So I remember our little granny was the smallest thing in the house. Granny was the smallest thing in the house. But there are a lot of other things that go into the reason that kids, I'll say her kids and her grandkids and her great grandkids, there are a lot of other things. It's genetics. But if we look at Granny, we're thinking, but Granny is little. But when Granny was 40, she may not have been that size. She was probably a little bit bigger. So like I said, once we mature, we get into our 40s and 50s and 60s, we put on a few pounds. Some of us, not all. I'll say a great number of us. But then you get into your 70s and 80s and you become that little tiny person again. So yeah, everybody's bigger than Granny, but Granny probably had her time where she was just as, little hippie as everybody else. But but um she's a little bit older now, so some of the weight come down a little bit, as we age, sometimes we eat differently, sometimes we don't eat as much. And even though I was talking about the way the food hangs with us a little bit when we're getting our, midlife, like the 40s, 50s, and 60s, it kind of sometimes their appetites aren't as big as they used to be. So they look a little smaller, and everybody in the family thinks Granny has been small. And you do have some families where Granny has always been small. She's always been a teeny tiny one. She's small with a heart of steel, with a heart of Superman, Superwoman. So and Pawpaw, don't forget Pawpaw, Granny, Grandpa, Granddaddy, him too, him too. He may be still tall, he may not be as scrappy, but you look back at those pictures of Grandpa when he was in his 30s and 40s, maybe even 50s. Then you see your sons and your nephews, and you say, okay, we see where they got it from. They got that from Granddaddy. Sonia says, when I was on the road, I wasn't eating healthy at all. Denny's, McDonald's, Wendy's, Subway, Chester chicken, no home cooked meal. I can gain weight quick, but losing weight is a damn challenge. See, Sonia, you knew exactly where it came from. You knew exactly what brought it about, why it happened. And so, and you were able to get into it and get back to what you want to be. You were able to get back into that 12. So a lot of times it takes dedication. It takes you being focused. It takes you wanting it, and it takes dedication. And sometimes just seeing those sizes go up like 3 or 4 sizes, that's enough to motivate anybody. Sometimes that can be enough to motivate anybody to say, hey, I'm going to exercise. I'm going to stick with it. This is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to eat better. Because like I said, some people feel like exercising is all that it takes. No, you need to eat better. You need to eat better. I don't know anyone, unless you're just this fitness guru or, sometimes you have people who they have a really clean diet. Like they eat as healthy as they can until some research comes along and says, well, you shouldn't be drinking soy or you shouldn't be doing this. And so, So, but they've done the best they can, and they really have a clean diet, and they have a great workout, routine. Some of those people even struggle with weight gain, like maybe in the thighs, maybe in the hips, because that's when it becomes, you know, it has to do with the genetics. So you can be a fitness guru, but you still maybe have your problem areas because your mom may be hefty. She may not be, but your grandmom is. Maybe your mom isn't, but it's your grandmom on your dad's side. It's your auntie on your dad's side. So genetics plays a great part in, how you look, how you feel. But you can do your part by trying to eat as good as you can, trying to work out and exercise as much as possible. And then sometimes it's just like I was talking the other day. So especially that waistline, sometimes you can do all you can and you still have a little pudge. You're still gonna have little love handles. You're still gonna have a little pudge, but you know that you're healthy. You feel good. You worked out, so don't beat yourself up because you don't look like a bodybuilder. You don't look like a bodybuilder. My goal is never to look like that. My goal is to look toned. My goal is to feel good. Everybody's goal should be to feel good. Um, so that means incorporating better eating habits and exercise. And like I said, it doesn't have to be that you're exercising to lose weight. Maybe you don't want to, but exercise to feel good. You should always exercise to feel good. You should always move. You should always move, 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 move. Don't be a couch potato. Don't sit around. If you don't see a car right there, I'm not a car. If you don't see a parking space for your car right there in the first two or three spots, quit complaining. If you're able-bodied, go ahead and park all the way down there to the end and walk your little happy self right on up to the front doors of Walmart. Because when you get inside Walmart, half of us walk about 2 miles while we're in Walmart anyway. So if you know you don't like to exercise, do things like that. Take the stairs when you go into a building with stairs and you need to go to the third floor. Take the stairs. Um, then get on the elevator if you need to go on up to the sixth floor, or take the stairs up to wherever you need to go. As long as you feel good doing so. If you work in a building that has 10 flights of stairs, take the first two to that elevator and then build up your stamina and take the next week or two, the steps to the third or fourth floor. Just build up. Never try to, just exhaust yourself. Never try to overextend, especially when you know you're just getting started. Or if you know you haven't done things in a while. My mom used to be a healthy woman, to be honest, a fine woman. Now she is so little and fragile. Oh, I don't want to lose too much weight. I'm getting older and don't want to look sick. My body loves size 12. Look, Sonya, look, everybody. FYI, PSA, public service announcement. Sonya loves that size 12. Okay? Okay? Done daughter. She's not trying to be a size 10. She's not trying to be a size 14. She loves her size 12. Sonya, I don't blame you. Some people are like that. Shoot. It's like, have you guys ever, especially women, have you ever put on a pair of jeans and you're like, oh, wait a minute. The jeans actually looks like flood pants on you. Like you look down and the jeans are like they're not hitting the top of your shoe like they used to. The first thing we think is, okay, I can't leave them in the washer too long. And sometimes that is the problem, especially if you know you haven't gained any weight and your jeans are doing that. Then maybe that is the problem. You don't leave them in the washer in the dryer for an hour. But you take that pair of jeans and you take another pair of jeans and you put them on, and you notice that they're not touching the top of your shoes like they used to. They're rising high a little bit. Look at those thighs, and look at those hips, and look at those calves. You may have put on a little bit of weight. So it's the things like that that sometimes first brings it to our attention that we have gained a few pounds. It's things like that. And if you know that those are your favorite jeans, guess what you're going to do? You don't want to throw them away. You don't want to give them away. You don't want to sell them. You don't want to donate them. You're going to try to get back into those jeans. So you're going to try and lose some of that weight. Yes, you're going to try to lose some of that weight. I have been talking for about 15 minutes now and not walking. I haven't put up any comments. Yes, that's what you want to do. So over here in Lions Pride, this pride tries. We want to look as toned as the lions. That's what we want to look like over here. As toned as the leopards. As toned as the jaguars. Those jaguars be beefy. Those things be they be beefy. We want to look toned, or as toned as you can. Like I said, you don't have to be perfect. Nobody who can give you the definition of what perfect is for you. Nobody can do that for you but you. Nobody can give you the definition of what your body, what the perfect body looks like but you. Now, can there be a general consensus? Of course, if you see a young lady or a young man and his physique is definitely 100 on a scale of 1 to 10, it's pretty close to perfect. But they may not think so. They may not think so. So, yes, I have enjoyed this conversation with you guys. Remember this week, if you come across this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you do any of the four, that would mean a lot to me. That's support. Come on over here and join the live chat. Give us some of your ideas. We drop nuggets over here. We drop nuggets so that people in the chat can pick up those nuggets. Come over here and pick up some nuggets of your own. Drop seeds so that they grow. Drop seeds, share some seeds so that we can plant them in our gardens and see how they work for us. Not everything that works for me will work for Sonya. Not everything that works for Sonya will work for me. Not everything that works for us will work for everyone in the chat. But the idea is, it's like what the copyright says. It's just educational, informative, fun purposes, entertainment purposes only. Only. So come and try and share some of your knowledge with us. Come and pick up some of our knowledge and take it with you. And join, leave a comment. If you don't catch the live, leave a comment in the comment section. I do these walk and talk videos. Let's walk and talk. We just want to walk and talk. Videos like this for me, because I watch other videos, they're stress relieving. When you start to talk to people about things that are going on in your life or that you've experienced before, like I said, those can be teaching tools for someone else in the chat. They can be teaching tools for someone else who comes across this video. So just leave some of your jewels, leave some of your nuggets in the chat. Someone will pick them up. Drop some of your jewels and nuggets in the chat. Someone will pick them up. Don't let bothered people bother you. We have enough in this world that bothers us already. So when you go onto social media, whether no matter what application it is, no matter what color the application is, there are a plethora of applications in this world wide web. So whenever you go onto them, of course there's going to be some negativity, but try to be that positive person, or try to be, even if you can't be that positive person every day. Don't get me wrong, I'm no hypocrite. The attitude can be the attitude some days. But whenever you come on and interact with people you don't know, just try to be pleasant. You don't have to be all bright and shiny and bunny hop fluffy, but just try and be pleasant. Try to, share some knowledge, try and gain some knowledge. Just try to interact and have conversation. If you may have things going on in your life, in your real life, personal life, use social media as an outlet to get away from that and to have fun. That's what you're supposed to be. That's what I feel like social media was meant to be. I feel like that. Now, of course, we are all people. And once we start to interact, the powers that be, the ones who control these apps, that own these apps, they're like, hey, hey, well, we want it to be this, but they're guiding it and making it this. So then that's when they give us guidelines. So as long as you fit into those guidelines, or you can convince them that you fit into those guidelines, it's kind of like they just say have at it. But I think it truly began as something to be fun, something to be educational. Excuse me, y'all, something to be worthwhile, something to be worthwhile. Anything that's not worth your while, you shouldn't even indulge in it. That's in your personal life, that's online, that's at work, that's at school, that's amongst friends. Anything that's not worthwhile, and anything that's keeps you upset, anything that raises your blood pressure, don't indulge in it, because you have enough going on inside your home or your mind or your life that can do those things. That can do those things. So don't come to social media and let that happen, and it's easier said than done, because we all have personalities and sometimes personalities clash. But I'm not going to say I've practiced this for years, but social media has been a teaching tool in the fact that you can't let bothered people bother you. You have to tell yourself that in real life, But then when you get on social media thinking you're coming here to have fun, or maybe just see a little mess here or there, and then it starts to get to be too much, you have to start telling yourself, okay, I need a break. Or I just need to go into this particular area, or I need to do this and I need to do that. Make adjustments. Sometimes we have to make adjustments. I said this last week. Sometimes a simple adjustment, such as changing your shift at work, can make you feel so much better. You may hate evening shift, right? But the people on day shift, for some reason, you guys don't click. Earlier in this conversation, we talked about loners. How some people want to be loners. They enjoy being loners. They don't work well with people, so they like jobs where they're kind of like to themselves. And then you have some people who are, because they're loners by choice. And you have some people, they may come from a family of 15, but every time there's an event, if the family has 10 family reunions, they only come to two. Some people are loners by choice, but then you have some people who are loners because for some reason they just may feel like they're the black sheep if it comes to the family. Family can be huge, but they just may feel like they're not accepted. Or in school, they may have been the last one that everybody picked to play on the basketball team. So they were just made to feel like they feel. And so they became loners. So if you see someone who's definitely a loner and it's not by choice, lift them up. If you can, if lift them up. Try and lift them up. I say lift everybody up if you can, because we can easily tear people down. I've been there one. Y'all know, if we're honest with ourselves and we recognize flaws, like I always say, we should recognize flaws. We've all had a hand in making a negative criticism about somebody, whether they heard it or not. So if it's so easy to do that, shouldn't it be easy to say something positive? Even if you see a lot of negative going on with them. If you see somebody that's homeless living under a bridge, you're going to tell them something else negative? You're going to look at him in a shunful way? If you gave him $10, he may go to the liquor store. But that's not where your heart is. Your heart is supposed to be to give him the $10. Hope that he doesn't go to the liquor store. So give him a tip with the $10. Say, hey, go get you something to eat. But he's probably still going to go to the liquor store. So is that going to stop you from giving another homeless person $10? So as much as we tear each other down, lift each other up, start to lift each other up. And like I said, I know a lot of times the positive things are easier said than done, and the negative things come so easily. Been there, done that. I am there and do that. But you have to try and be a better person. There's nothing wrong with trying to be a better person. Hey, Sugar Daddy, bro. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sonya says, please thumbs up this live. Thank you. Georgia Girl says, still here watching. I appreciate you, Georgia Girl. I appreciate you. She says, amen. See, Sonya says, I should be enjoying your live. I shall be. Oh, thank Sonya. I appreciate you. You, Jill, Rob, all three of y'all, my moms, y'all came through today. I appreciate you guys. I love each and every one of you. Y'all are so important. I think that sometimes, subscribers and supporters get a bad rap. Sometimes content creators get a bad rap. But I do think that in it all, whether you're a subscriber or a content creator, there is some good in you. There's some good there. And I would like to think that everybody, when we first came to the app, was coming to enjoy. So we get tangled up in other stuff while we're on this app, but always try to make sure that your goal is to leave the app less stressful. Leave the app. And when I say leave the app less stressful, I'm not talking about what goes on in the app, because those things are going to continue. But make sure that your goal for yourself is to leave any app less stressful. Leave it less stressful. Right, Sonya? Be who you are. Be who you are. Be who you are on Lions Prize Live. You come in here, you see somebody you don't get along with, just don't say anything to them, because guess what? It's already been established that you don't get along. So do you talk to people you don't get along with at work? You may have to talk to them to get the job done, but other than that, do you talk to them? No. So if you're on an app, something you don't really have to be on, then just don't talk to them. And you may find each other having a conversation. You never know. I mean, it's not like you have to live with them, sleep with them, eat with them, breaking bread, having fun with them, any of that stuff. And you guys know that sometimes we get mad at the people in our house and we won't talk to them for a week. So if you get mad with someone on the app, do you have to talk to them? Do you have to talk to them? Jill says, sorry, I had just got home and had to start making dinner. Okay, Jill. Okay, Jill, thank you for coming to the live. Sugar Dad says, great advice. Thank you, Sugar Daddy, bro. Thank you. And I want anybody who comes across this video, Please like the video. My channel is a shorts channel. I enjoy shorts because it's a way to have fun and you don't have to be so interactive. Um, like I was talking, some people choose to be loners, some people choose to interact, some people don't. Now I am interactive in chats. I like to talk to people and stuff. It's best to kind of just say hello and how you doing, and some chit chat, little chatter, and and be that and be all. It's best to do that. I do like that, and it's all different niches, genres, and all that stuff. It's not just one niche, or it's what we say niches. Is that how you would say it? Um, Different genres on here that I like. So, you know, that said, find the ones that you enjoy most. And the ones I enjoy most are either positive, or they are informative, or they are educational, they're fun. You see how many it's positive, educational, enlightening, fun, and then you got negative. That's five things I just said. Negative is only a fifth. So if you find yourself hanging around in that fifth element for a while, go to element four, fun. Go to element three, educational. Go to element two, fun. Go to element one, enlightening. So if you find yourself down there in that fifth element for a while, go up to four, three, two, or one. Hey Tina, how you doing, Tina? Welcome to the live. I'm glad to have you. Let's see. Jill's making dinner. I got leftovers. Them leftovers gonna come in handy today. No cooking today. Jill speaking to Sugar Daddy. Sugar Daddy speaking back. Sonya saying, "Hey Jill, we still here." Thumbs up, please, as you enter. Please, please, please ring the doorbell. Ring the doorbell. Ring the doorbell. Go back out. Go back out. You don't come in the house without ringing the doorbell. Ring the doorbell. That's that notification bell, y'all. That's that notification bell. First of all, you got to subscribe. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you don't catch the live, leave a comment in the comment section. We've talked about SWOTs today. SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Mostly we talked about threats. I mean, not threats. Mostly we talked about strengths. We threw in a few weaknesses. So leave us a strength that you have. Do a self-evaluation. You probably don't have to even think 2 or 3 seconds. What is a strength that you have that you're proud of? You can leave that in this live chat while I'm still here, or when I end the live, you can leave it in the comment section. Again, we drop nuggets over here so that somebody else can pick up that nugget. We plant seeds so that someone else can watch the seed grow. Take that seed. We drop the seeds. We drop them and we plant them. So if you see one that's dropped and you like it, take it with you and go plant it. We drop nuggets, pick them up. We drop seeds and we pick those up as well. Tina just entered the live. I appreciate you for coming in, Tina. Jill says, I rock with folks who rocks with me. I don't have time. Okay, leave off of this app being stressed out. Jill, exactly, exactly. Because even though we know it's going all kinds of crazy ways now, and it is what it is, put it in your mind to come on, to have fun, whether even if it's a little drama. Like I said, that doesn't hurt as long as it doesn't go too far. We see drama all the time. It doesn't go too far. If it doesn't go too far, and I even like drama if it's fake because it's entertaining. Aren't we supposed to be being entertained? Aren't we supposed to be entertaining? But when it goes too far, then that can be like stressful. Even watching it can be stressful. So never leave the app with more stress than you came on to the app with. Always come with the intentions of leaving with less stress. Never take more stress with you. When you realize that you're starting to take more stress with you away from the app, then take a break. Take a break. And that's anything. I'm not just talking about this app. We're talking about anything, even a job. If you get to the point where you're coming home and you got to keep your job, so you get pissed off, you get mad, you're not going to take it out on the boss as fast. You're not going to take it out on your coworkers as fast. Sometimes we do, but most of the time, if you come home, you end up taking it out on your spouse or maybe even your children. And then the children and the spouse go out and take it out on each other, and they go out there and kick the dog. Lord forbid. So the adults can bring the stress home, and it can, be shared. The stress, they go at each other. The kids, they're stressing them out. And then if you don't have a spouse and you have kids, you taking that stress out on the kids, and then the kids, they take it out on each other. And if you don't have siblings, they go out and take it out on the pet. And if you don't have a pet, then I guess it just kind of sits with your children. Sometimes our stressors in life, if we have other people close in our lives, in our family, in our household, sometimes those other people or those children or those pets end up carrying the burden of our stress. Don't allow someone else to carry your stress. So wherever you go, try to leave there with less stress. We know that there are some situations where things are going to be stressful. It's life. We got different things going on. So that's why I'm saying when it comes to things that you don't have to encounter, you don't have to bother with, don't let those things stress you out. We have enough things going on in our lives that are stressful enough. So don't let an app stress you out. Don't let a job stress you out. Think about your job. You got some things at home going on. They say leave your stuff at the door. Don't take it into your job. Well, the mind, the psyche doesn't always allow that to happen. So you got the stress of what's going on at home or wherever. And then when you get out of the job, you're going back home with the stress of what's going on at home, and you're taking some of the job stress to your house. So that stress is interchangeable. Sometimes you go on the job stressed out from what's going on at home. So then you got the extra stress of the job coming back on top of the stress that you already got going on. Sometimes you just need a break. Sometimes you just need to take a vacation for yourself. Or you can't take a vacation. You can't leave. Just have you guys ever gone to a hotel in your area and just spent 3 days, 2 to 3 days at the hotel? You didn't go on a vacation, but it was your own little vacation. Sometimes you just have to take a break. Just go to a hotel. It may not even require 3 days. It may just be a day. Just go to a hotel, take a personal leave day from work, and just take two at least. Take two. Even if you're not going to get paid for it, take two because your stress, your peace of mind is priceless. Your peace of mind is priceless. Jill says, very wise advice. Says, thank you. I mean, Tina, I'm sorry. Thank you, Tina. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the kind words. Um, yeah, Jill says, true. I come to have fun. I've met some great people on here, and I appreciate them. I truly appreciate you, Lance Pride, Sonya, and a few others. I appreciate you too, Jill, because you're always coming on here and you're just, sharing your life with us, and you're also talking to us about things like you look for things to help us improve. You come on and have conversation with your chat, and we just have fun. And sometimes we talk about things that help us improve our way of life. You share things that are going on with you. Sometimes you have game nights, and so that's really, really, really what we should be doing on here. We should be trying to get away, and maybe some of the positive things that we can do on here will carry over into our lives. It doesn't have to be, oh, let me turn this off. This like it's a TV, because with TV we don't interact with the characters on TV, but when we come on YouTube TV, think of it like that, we do interact with each other. We can watch a show and we can be upset about the show, whatever show it is. We can watch a sitcom, but we don't truly interact with those people. Everybody felt like they knew, um, what is it? Any of the sitcoms back in the day, especially the family oriented ones. Everybody felt like they were a part of those families on TVs, but you weren't. You didn't get to interact with them, but we interact with each other. So why stress each other out? Why stress each other out? Jill says, I love great convo, laughs, and positive vibes. I enjoy some mess too. Right, right. It's just we have to know. It's just like when we were talking about food, like Rock says, moderation. Like I do work out, I eat healthy, but I also dibble and dabble. It's all about moderation. I dibble and dabble with the chocolate. Y'all know I love the chocolate, and of course the chocolate chip. I dibble and I dabble. Y'all know that. Mm, a weekend. I missed something. I missed something. What are you talking about a weekend, Sonya? Sonya says, hello, everyone coming in. Jill says, you're welcome, Sonya. Tina says, Lines Pride. I always leave here so blessed. I appreciate that, Tina. That to me is the goal. Something positive, something uplifting. I just think we should be able to uplift each other, no matter who we are, no matter what walk of life we come from. If we encounter each other on this app, it's so easy to just walk away. If you get negative vibes, if you don't like someone you've interacted with in the chat, just walk away. I'm telling you, it's amazing how we often sit and have conversations with each other about somebody's marriage or relationship, or maybe even kids and parents walk around the same house all day, every day for a week and won't speak to each other because they're mad at each other. So you mean to tell me you can't just ignore somebody on a chat if you don't like them? Just ignore them. And I know sometimes it's hard because some people have a a mean spirit of, oh, I know they see me. I know they see me. Yeah, they do. So what? Y'all don't like each other. Like y'all don't like each other, so it shouldn't really matter. Like they see you, you see them. Just don't communicate. Y'all can't tell me, that just really made me think a couple of days ago. We can walk around and be so mad at somebody on the job who we can physically reach out and touch, or either really sit down. And I don't mean in a negative way. I'm just saying that they're right there. Or we can sit down and really talk things out, talk it out. And we won't speak unless the job just makes it mandatory that you speak. Something is you have to speak. You know, two firefighters, they're going to have to speak at some point. You can walk around your home with the ones that you love and don't have a conversation when you get angry. Right, Jill, we did. Left out Sonya, I just want to be in the midst. I just don't want to be in the midst. Sugar Daddy One is another one I appreciate. Rock, Finest Wine, and some others. Yes, yes. So I just started to look at it that way. If you can walk around the house, because believe me, I've done it before. Somebody in my family, like every time we see each other, like even if I just feel like people who are close to you, even if it's a family member, they've done something to wrong you, or they feel like you've done something to wrong them. What, the next few times you guys see each other over the next few months, you don't even say a word to each other. You can be at a family event, you won't even speak to each other. So if it's that easy for people to do with the people that you love, can't you just ignore people that you don't really know? Can't you? It's so funny how those that we love, we often treat them the worst. We often don't really try and find a resolution with them as quickly as we do with people we don't really know. It's funny how we often don't seek to find resolution as quickly. I won't say we don't seek it ever at some point, but it's like we oftentimes pride ourselves on, I'm not going to say anything to her. She's going to have to say something to me. I'm not going to say anything to him. He's going to have to say something to me. When it comes to family and close friends, we pride ourselves on being the one that just put your foot down and you ain't going to say nothing. And they better not say nothing to you for real. And then when you get over that initial anger, it's like, well, she could say something to me, but I'm sure not going to say anything to her first. But then we come onto these apps and we go full in, full throttle, going at it with people forever, and then find a resolution with them. But you sitting right there, and you you kind of you sleeping and eating and sharing family time. If it's outside of the house, it can be cousins, it can be aunties, and you don't want to say a word to them. It's funny. And now I understand why my great grandparents and my grandparents and my parents always preached, you better, you better talk. After a while, they let you have your little anger time or whatever. But then after a while, you ain't talking to them why? You ain't talking to her why? It's like they have to put their foot down and say, you better talk. Because it's like even though we love, now I'm not gonna say we don't love them because we do, but it's just so funny to me. And it's just how not all people, but so many people in life, that's how we are. We will be angry and won't speak to and will dare them to speak to us if they're blood related to us, or if they are friends that we've had for 20 plus years who's just like family. But then you'll go to a job, somebody you've only known for a few months, and you'll walk on pins and needles not to argue with them. You'll be overly nice to them, or you'll come on these apps and it's like you you can't ignore it. It's like you can't ignore the person you're mad at on the app. But when you're at home, when it's your first cousin who maybe looked at your boyfriend too hard and really wasn't thinking about him, you know what I'm saying? It's like you go a whole year and don't speak to her. But then when you get in the apps, it's like, I'm not going over to the sport to support so and so because so and so is in the chat. Just go over there and say, hey, how you doing? That's the support, and leave. Watch. Like we've got to. we've got to conflict resolution is much needed. And I'll say it's much more needed in our real lives. So that's why when I say when you come on here and you're stressed out, the goal is to leave with less stress. It's not to come because you come on here, you already have your own stressors. Then you come on here and take on more stress. No, 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 no. The goal is to leave with less stress. At least the same level of stress that you came with. And at the bare minimum, the same level of stress that you came with. The goal is to leave here with less stress, and no more than the stress that you came with. I'll put it like that. The goal is to leave here with less stress. Right, Sonia, less stress. And at the minimum, no more stress than you came on here with. But that is so funny to me, y'all. I've always thought that, like, growing up, we get so mad at our sisters and brothers. We'll walk around the house for a whole week not speaking to each other. But then we go to school and it's people we fall out with, and we won't speak to them that first day or so. But it's almost like, well, after y'all have your argument or maybe even a fight, within a week you're back talking. But you may go on another month and still don't speak to your sister or your brother. That is like that is like, wow, it's just funny now. And people are quick to say, you better not mess with my sister, you better not mess with my brother. And that truly is how it is. We may be mad at each other. It doesn't mean we don't love each other, but you're mad. And you don't even and you'll sit there and not talk to them. And I guess because it's easier to be mad at a sibling. It's easier to be mad at someone you live with. It's just easier because you won't even talk to them. You may argue when you had that argument, right? You have the argument. Then for like a whole month, you might go around, not everybody, and won't speak to your sibling, your cousin, your mother, your brother, your sister, whoever it is. You may not speak to them. Walk right past them in the house because you're still mad. And if you do speak to them, it may be just because your mother made you, your father made you, or it was absolutely necessary. It was absolutely necessary. You might be at home, your parents are at work, but you had to do something because your mother gave you a chore or told you something to do, and you're going to have to say something to your sister or your brother. But when when we're on these apps, I see people act like they can't ignore each other. We ignore our siblings. We ignore when we're mad at them. We ignore them, or if we say something to them, we argue again. But then on apps, and not just this one, it's like you don't want to ignore each other. It's like you coming for that fight. Like you coming, like, oh yeah, I'm ready. It's like you bouncing back and forth. You bouncing back and forth on that computer, on that phone. You bouncing back and forth, bouncing back and forth. And then a lot of times you even make up. You make up with people on the app quicker than you do with people in your life. And that is the strangest thing to me. I don't know. Maybe some people feel like that makes sense. I guess they say, well, we just argued over the app, but that person did this to me. And I'm like, but the app, even though you just argued over the app, it was still more stress. It was stress. It was stress. It was stress. You go to the app to get less stress. You go to the app to have some fun. You go to the app to learn something. You go to the app to teach something. You go to the app to uplift. If you don't feel like you got time to uplift nobody, then just go have fun. Just do what you want to do. But leave the app. Don't leave the app with more stress than you came with. Make that your goal. So y'all make that your goal. And I'm about to get off here because we've been talking and we've been talking and we've been having a good time. And I love these chats. I love these chats. It's been 4 people. It's never been any more than 6 people in here. But guess what? I love that because I can appreciate everybody that's in here. And anybody who comes across this video, I can appreciate you. Leave a comment if you like. If not, just join us on the next live. Join us on the next Let's Walk and Talk. Join us on the next cardio cool down. It's going to be one or the other. Sometimes I'll just come on here and do a cool down. I won't really talk. But lately, we've just been doing these little, I guess it's like a mini series of Let's Walk and Talk. We've talked about what goals, talked about broadening horizons. We talked about money. And believe it or not, this is the 4th week. And we're talking about strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So hello, James Money 615. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Yeah, I've been on here almost 2 hours. Almost 2 hours. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's see when you start talking, you start interacting. I have to remind myself to look at the comments because you got to interact with your chat. Your chat, the chat makes the live. The chat makes the live. You got to interact with your chat. But sometimes you get into a conversation that can go so many different ways, and that can bring up so many different feelings. Then you end up looking at the chat every now and again, every here and there. But you need to look at your chat. I gotta remind myself to look at the chat. Y'all saw I got all mixed up and discombobulated up in the comments a minute ago. I was outside then. I think the sun was tearing the phone up. Jill says the difference is it hurts more when it comes from a family member. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It hits differently. Yep. Yes, that's true. Especially if it's something that's major. Especially if it's something that's major. And I guess you know what, Jill, and that's probably why you just will be quiet and silent and won't say anything to them because you're hurt much. You're much more hurt. But then someone who's not a family member, you ready to go like rah. You ready to do the rah rah. Yep, that is so, so true. It hits much differently and it hurts a lot more when it's a family member. It does. And then, too, there are a lot of other dynamics that play into it, especially if it's among siblings or if it's amongst like first cousins, because you got those other feelings in there. Like mama take up for them all the time anyway. Daddy take up for her all the time anyway. Mama always taking up for him. Daddy always taking up for him. So you have a whole lot of other things. It's not just the issue at hand. There are a lot of other family dynamics that play into it when it's the ones that you love. So we tend to you love hard and you be mad hard. I won't say hate because you shouldn't hate anybody in your family. At least you shouldn't. I hope they've not done something that bad to you that you hate them. So it's not how they say you love hard and you hate hard. I think you love hard and you can be mad just as hard. I'll put it like this. You're mad, your anger is hard, and your happiness, your love is hard. So you love hard and you argue hard. I'll put it like that. Yeah, you love hard and you argue hard. You resent, you can even resent. Like resent doesn't have to mean hate. It's just sometimes you can resent the fact that you even did something for somebody, or you can resent the fact that they did something to you, or you can resent their actions, but it doesn't necessarily mean you resent them because and when you're angry you don't think about all the good times or the good things that they've done. You think about that one really bad thing that has caused you to now to resent. You may feel like you resent them, and maybe you do, because I don't really think resent is as strong a word as hate. I don't think resent is as strong a word as hate. If you say you resent someone, um I don't know. That could be a matter of opinion, I guess, because I think now that I'm truly saying that, I think resent could be a synonym for hate. I really do. I think resent can be a synonym for hate, but all synonyms are not made equally. All synonyms don't have to mean the exact same thing. They're just close. And I think resent is close to hating. I'll say that. I think resent is close to hating. James Money 615. Y'all go over there and check him out. Jill and Sonya speaking to him. Jill says, I have to give a warning. I can't walk too much or fast on Saturday. Oh, that's good, Jill. That's good. As a matter of fact, like how long do you guys want to do you want to do a 15 minute, a 30 minute, 45 minute? How long do you want to walk? Like and then whoever stops, that's fine. No, if somebody else wants to keep going, if you want to keep going, that's good. And if you have to stop, that's good. I have been having issues with my back and foot, plus my asthma, but I'm going to take, okay, my time and walk with everyone. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. Yeah, y'all. You know what? Just looking at that, I did not want to say because to me, resentment is different. And sometimes, in order to explain the difference, because some people truly think some words mean the exact same, and sometimes they can. But sometimes, in order to really get what you're trying to say, you have to look up a word. And I'm not ashamed to admit that. That's why I'm educated. You know, you have sometimes you wanna look up a word, and it says here, bitter indignation at having been treated unfairly. So you can resent someone. Maybe they treated you unfair. You just feel really bitter, but you don't really hate them. You don't really hate them. This is a bitter indignation. Bitter indignation. That's what it is. And that's exactly what I was trying to say. Sometimes we gotta look stuff up in order to say what we mean. And so that's why I was saying hate, resentment to me doesn't mean hate, but it's a strong, strong dislike or a strong, bitter feeling, a heavy, heavy anger to me. That's what it is. But it's usually because of something they've done. So yeah, things do hurt more when it's coming from family. And sometimes you can tend to hold grudges a lot longer because it's someone you love and you don't expect it, or you don't feel like they should do it, or they shouldn't have, you don't expect it, but we do know that it happens. Families fall out all the time. Shoot, sometimes whole doggone family fall out because the two had a falling out. Sometimes it will split the family right down the middle. Jill says, gotcha. We can do 15 to 20 minutes. I just will do, okay. Okay, we'll be cooling down early. Okay. You know what? And we can just, it doesn't have to be a heavy cardio. We can just do that. Because to me, it's just about motivating people to move. And when you have more people, it makes it merrier. And I think it encourages other people more when you have more people. So we can just do like a brisk walk for me. That's fine. That's fine. But thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for coming into the live. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Tap that notification bell after you subscribe so that you'll know the next time I go live. Because I don't upload a lot of videos, guys. I don't. I love shorts. Shorts are where it's at. I really, 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 really do love shorts because you just kind of in there and out of there. Anything can be a short. You can sit down. It doesn't mean you're gonna get a lot of views. Doesn't mean you're gonna get a lot of comments. But anything can be a short. You can say you like this particular brand of something, and it can be a short. That brand may drop in your comment sections and say, "Hey, thank you for the endorsement. Thank you for the advertisement." It could be anything. Okay, Jill said she already locked it into her calendar. Sonya, we behind. We got to get with it. Sonya says that sounds great, Jill. All right, y'all. So we locked in for Saturday, and Sonya says the time doesn't matter. I say what Jill said, 8 o'clock. Let me Jill, I've been talking for a whole hour since we decided this. Is it 8 o'clock? Because I'm gonna put it in my calendar right now while I'm on the phone. So let me know if it's 8 o'clock Eastern time. We're gonna walk Saturday. So join us while we walk. Join us while we walk Saturday. Is it 8 o'clock? Jill, 8, not 7. Have a blessed rest of the week, everyone. Yes, everyone have a blessed rest of your week. I bet Sugar Daddy said, why she left my comment up there? Because I don't like that, y'all. I don't like when people just leave. Okay, I got you. 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just so hate it when people just leave one comment up there forever. I'm like, change the comments up, change the comments up. 6 o'clock Sonia's time. Okay, 8 a.m. Eastern. If you're on Central Time, that'll be 7 a.m. If you're on Mountain Time, that will be 6. So we will see you guys Saturday. And hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow on another Let's Walk and Talk. And y'all, we're talking strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So we talked a little bit about weaknesses. Let's just talk about opportunities tomorrow. Tell me about some opportunities that have come your way that you've taken advantage of, that you said, no, I'll pass on that. And those that you have passed on that you wish you had of taken advantage of. So have a good evening, everybody. Glad you guys had a happy and safe holiday on yesterday. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm excited too, Jill. I am. I'm excited too. Bye, y'all. Bye. Thanks for coming over to Lions Pride.